Sir, all this should. The remote to them. So come to the soul. Okay, the soul. So first layer is first skin layer. So first layer is the skin. Whenever we remove the skin, so we get the epineurotic sheath. So beneath the skin, superficial fascia, deep fascia. So beneath the deep fascia, there is a presence of plantar epineurosis. Plantar epineurosis. It is a thin, thin sheath. It is a thin sheath. It is a thin and strong sheath which protects the blood vessels and nerves and muscles of the soul. Protects the muscles, nerves, and vessels of the soul. So posteriorly, it is attached to the calcaneus that runs forwards, splits into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bands. Splits into 5 bands. Each band again splits into 2. Then finally attaches to the deep transverse metacarpal ligament. Deep transverse metatarsal ligament. Are you getting? So this one is a calcaneus. Calcaneus से start हो रहे इधर आके 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bands. Each band again splits into 2 bands. Finally attaches to the deep transverse metatarsal ligament. Whenever we remove this plantar epineurosis, we get the muscle layers. Okay, we get the muscle layers. So we get the muscle layers. So first layer. See, here is the first layer. This one is the second layer, third layer, fourth layer. So first layer muscles. There is a presence of three muscles. The first layer, there is a presence of 3 muscles. Number Number one, flexor digitorum brevis. Number one, flexor digitorum brevis. And number two, abductor hallucis. Abductor hallucis. Number three, abductor digiti minimi. Abductor digiti minimi. So, these muscles present in the first layer of the sole. Then come to the second layer. Second layer. The second layer, there is a presence of number one, flexor digitorum accessorius. Flexor digitorum accessorius, first muscle. Then second muscle, four limbricals. Four limbricals. Second layer. Okay. Next, come to the third layer. Third layer muscles. The third layer, flexor hallucis brevis. Flexor hallucis brevis. Next, adductor hallucis. Adductor hallucis. Flexor digiti minimi brevis. Flexor digiti minimi brevis. So these muscles present in the third layer. Okay. Then come to the fourth layer. The fourth layer, there is the presence of three plantar interosseous, and four dorsal interosseous. Three plantar interosseous, four dorsal interosseous. Are you getting? So these are the four layers of the sole. So whenever the sole, there is a presence of intrinsic muscles of the sole and extrinsic muscles of the sole. Intrinsic muscle, which means it is originates in the sole and inserted into the sole only. Yeah, same intrinsic muscles of the palm and extrinsic muscles of the palm. Means it is originates from the palm, inserted into the palm. Yeah, so originates from the sole and inserted into the sole. These muscles we call as intrinsic muscles of the sole. So intrinsic muscles and extrinsic muscles of the sole. Extrinsic muscles of the sole, which mean, see here, this is a tendon. Which tendon? Flexor digitorum longus tendon. Actually, flexor digitorum longus is the which compartment muscle? Posterior compartment of the leg muscle. It is a posterior compartment of the leg muscle, but it originates from the leg, then it is inserted into the sole. Okay, that's why it runs outside to inside. This muscle we call as extrinsic muscle. And see here tendon, flexor hallucis longus tendon. So it also same posterior compartment of the leg muscle, but it is inserted into the sole. So that's why this muscle also extrinsic muscle. इंट्रिंसिक बोले तो ऑरिजिन भी इंसर्शन भी दो किधर रहना है सोल में रहना है ओके सो फर्स्ट वी डिस्कस द फर्स्ट मसल फ्लेक्सर डिजिटोरम ब्रेविस फ्लेक्सर डिजिटोरम ब्रेविस फ्लेक्सर डिजिटोरम ब्रेविस so flexor digitorum brevis originates from the flexor digitorum brevis originates from the flexor digitorum brevis originates from the plantar surface of the calcaneus plantar surface of the calcaneus in between the medial and lateral plantar tubercles in between the medial and lateral plantar tubercles it runs forwards Now forward say it runs forwards, splits into four tendons. It runs forwards, splits into four tendons. Each tendon split into two. Each tendon split into two. Reunite. Again split. Splits into two. Reunite. Again split. Finally inserted into the medial and lateral sides of the intermediate phalanx of the second, third, fourth, and fifth fingers. Second, third, fourth, fifth fingers. Plantar surface. Are you getting? Next muscle. What is the second muscle? Abductor hallucis. Abductor hallucis originates from the abductor hallucis originates from the see here, abductor hallucis originates from the medial plantar tubercle. Originates from the medial plantar tubercle. Medial plantar tubercle. Okay, it runs forwards. You can just start it. Okay, it runs forward. Okay, it runs forwards. Finally inserted into the see here, abductor hallucis. Okay, abductor hallucis. So finally inserted into the which side? Medial side of the proximal phalanx base of the great toe. Proximal phalanx base of the great toe. Are you getting? So originates from here, it runs like this, then inserted here. Are you getting? Next muscle. Abductor digiti minimi. Abductor digiti minimi. Digiti minimi. It is originates from the lateral plantar tubercle. Originates from the lateral plantar tubercle. Runs forwards. Finally inserted into the lateral side of the base of the proximal phalanx of the little finger. Proximal phalanx of the little finger. Are you getting? Next, come to the second layer muscles. So what are the second layer muscle? Flexor digitorum axillarius. No. Flexor digitorum axillarius. It consists of two heads. Medial head and lateral head. Medial head and lateral head. Medial head originates from the medial part of the plantar surface of the plantar surface of the calcaneus. Calcaneus. Next, lateral head. Lateral head originates from the lateral part of the plantar surface of the calcaneus. Calcaneus. It runs forwards. It runs forwards. Finally inserted into the flexor digitorum longus tendon. ये टेंडन में इंसर्ट हो गया, ये मसल टेंडन में इंसर्ट हो गया. So it is inserted into the flexor digitorum longus tendon. Okay. Next, come to the four limbricals. So in the four limbricals, first limbrical is a unipinnate. Second, third, fourth limbricals are bipinnate. First limbrical is a unipinnate. Second, third, and fourth are bipinnates. So first limbrical originates from the lateral side of the first tendon of flexor digitorum longus. It runs forwards, finally inserted into the lateral side of the proximal phalanx base of the plantar surface of the second finger. Next, second limbrical. Next, second limbrical consists of medial fibers and lateral fibers. Which one is the medial fibers? First, see here. These are the medial fibers. Are you getting? And these fibers are lateral fibers. Right. Medial fibers originates from the lateral side of the second tendon of flexor digitorum longus. Next, lateral fibers are lateral fibers. Lateral fibers originate from the lateral fibers or medial fibers? Medial fibers. हाँ? medial अभी बोले नहीं, अभी क्या बोले अपन? वो lateral fibers से हो, तो lateral बोल रहे हैं, अभी medial बोल रहे हैं, अभी medial fibers originates from the lateral side of the first tendon of flexor digitorum longus. Inserted into the inserted into the medial side of the proximal phalanx base of the medial side of the proximal phalanx base of the third finger. Third finger. Are you getting? Next. Third limbrical. Third limbrical. Same medial fibers, lateral fibers. Medial fibers and lateral fibers. First, medial fibers originates from the lateral side of the second tendon of flexor digitorum longus. Flexor digitorum longus. Next, lateral fibers originates from the medial side of the third tendon of flexor digitorum longus. Inserted into the medial side of the proximal phalanx base of the fourth finger. Are you getting? Next, fourth limbrical. Consists of medial fibers and lateral fibers. Medial and lateral fibers. Medial fibers originates from the lateral side of the third tendon of flexor digitorum longus. Next, lateral fibers. Lateral fibers originates from the medial side of the fourth tendon of flexor digitorum longus. Fourth tendon of flexor digitorum longus. Finally inserted into the medial side of the proximal phalanx base of the little finger. Are you getting? So it is second layer muscles. Next, come to the third layer. Next, hallucis. Flexor hallucis brevis. Flexor hallucis brevis. Flexor hallucis brevis originates from the flexor hallucis brevis consists of two heads. Medial head and lateral head. Medial head and lateral head. Medial head and lateral head. So first medial head. First medial head. Medial head is originates from the medial cuneiform. Medial head is originates from the medial cuneiform. Lateral head is originates from the lateral head. Lateral head is originates from the ఇక్కడ నుంచి అన్ని రాసుకోవాలి యాక్చువల్గా కాకపోతే కొంచెం ఇచ్చిండు. సో lateral head is originates from the cuboid, lateral cuneiform, intermediate cuneiform. Okay, it runs forwards. It runs forwards, finally inserted into the medial and lateral sides of the proximal phalanx base of the great toe. Proximal phalanx base of the great toe. Next muscle, flexor digiti minimi brevis. Adductor rostrum. Next, adductor hallucis. Adductor hallucis consists of two heads. One is oblique head. Another one is a transverse head. Oblique head and transverse head. So first oblique head originates from the second, third and fourth metatarsal bases. Second, third, fourth metatarsal bases. Second, third, fourth metatarsal bases. Second, third, fourth metatarsal bases. Next, transverse head originates from the third, fourth, fifth proximal phalanx bases. Finally inserted into the lateral side of the proximal phalanx base of the great toe. Proximal phalanx base of the great toe. Okay, next muscle. Next, flexor digiti minimi brevis originates from the fifth metatarsal base. Origin, fifth metatarsal base, then inserted into the lateral side of the proximal phalanx base of the proximal phalanx base of the little finger. Little finger. Next. Next. Huh? Pre-plantar interosseous. First one. Number one. First plantar interosseous originates from the medial surface of the shaft of the third metatarsal bone. Third metatarsal bone. Finally inserted into the medial side of the proximal phalanx base of the third finger, and some fibers inserted into the interosseous, umbilical and interosseous, inserted into the long tendon of extensor digitorum. Long tendon of extensor digitorum. Actually గా ఈ లింబ్రికల్స్ కూడా మనం ఇది రాయాలి. लिम्ब्रिकल्स को भी यहाँ पे पार्ट यहाँ पे इंसर्ट होता है और एक पार्ट इसमें इंसर्ट होते हैं, लिखना है, और बहुत ज्यादा होते हैं ना उसके बाद से कट ऑफ कर दिए. ओके. हाँ, नेक्स्ट second plantar interosseous originates from the medial side of the shaft of the fourth metatarsal bone. Shaft of the fourth metatarsal bone. Finally inserted into the medial side of the proximal phalanx base of the fourth finger. Next, third plantar interosseous. Third plantar interosseous originates from the medial side of the shaft of the fifth metatarsal bone. Inserted into the medial side of the proximal phalanx of the little finger. Are you getting? Next, four dorsal interosseous. So four dorsal interosseous are bipinnate. इंदाक पढ़ने को प्लांटर सरफेस इससे पहले अपन प्लांटर इंट्रोसेस पढ़ना पूरा प्लांटर सरफेस आते हो. अभी डॉर्सल इंट्रोसेस है. डॉर्सल इंट्रोसेस कितना है? 4. So all are bipinnate. First dorsal interosseous consists of medial fibers and lateral fibers. Medial fibers and lateral fibers. तो एक कॉलम का जैसा लिखो, नहीं तो बहुत होता. ओके. तो फर्स्ट dorsal interosseous medial fibers originates. Okay. Next, lateral fibers origin. Medial fibers origin, lateral fibers origin. Okay. Next, insertion. ऐसा लिखो, समझ में आया ना? फर्स्ट dorsal interosseous medial fibers origin कहाँ से origin हो रहा, वो डायरेक्ट साइड लिखते हैं यहाँ पे. ओके. नेक्स्ट, lateral fibers originates from the insertion. कहाँ पे इंसर्ट होता है? ओके. डायरेक्ट लिख सकते हैं अपन. ओके. देखो, so which fibers it is? फाइबर्स में ये medial side है, ये medial fibers होते हैं. Medial fibers, lateral fibers, medial fibers, lateral, medial, lateral, medial, lateral. Are you getting? So first medial fibers कहाँ से origin हो रहे हैं? Lateral side of the first metatarsal. First metatarsal. Lateral side of the first metatarsal. इसका हो गया. Okay. Emma. Okay. Next, lateral fibers. Lateral fibers originate from where? Medial side of the second metatarsal. Medial side of the second metatarsal. Okay. Inserted into the medial side of the proximal phalanx base. Medial side of the proximal phalanx base of the second finger. Are you getting now? Next, second interosseous. Same, medial fibers and lateral fibers. Medial fibers originates from the lateral side of the second metatarsal bone. Next, lateral fibers originates from the medial side of the third metatarsal bone. Inserted into the lateral side of the proximal phalanx base of the కనీసం ఇంట్లో చాయ్ తాగడానికి టైం వేస్ట్ చేయకండి, వెళ్ళిపోతే వెళ్ళిపోండి, నో ప్రాబ్లం. ఉన్న వాళ్ళకి చెప్తున్నాం. ఓకే. సో బాధపడాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. ఉన్నారనుకోండి చెప్తాను, లేకపోతే ఉన్న వాళ్ళకి చెప్తాను. ఓకేనా? సో inserted into the lateral side of the proximal phalanx of the second finger, base of the second finger. Next, third dorsal interosseous medial fibers originates from the lateral side of the third metatarsal. Correct. Third metatarsal shaft अनाल, अन्निटिकी shaft अनाल, shaft अनाल, सबको shaft बोल के लिखना है. Next, lateral fibers originates from the fourth metatarsal shaft. inserted into the lateral side of the proximal phalanx base of the third finger. Proximal phalanx base of the third finger. Are you getting? Yes?
Second finger.
So next, fourth dorsal interosseous. Fourth dorsal interosseous, medial fibers. Medial fibers originates from the lateral side of the shaft of the fourth metatarsal. Next, lateral fibers originates from the medial side of the shaft of the fifth metatarsal. Inserted into the lateral side of the proximal phalanx base of the fourth finger. Fourth finger. Are you getting? So these muscles are sole layer muscles. So sole 10 marks question. Sole 10 marks question. So describe the layers of the sole and aductor. So फर्स्ट लेयर में क्या है, सेकंड लेयर में, थर्ड लेयर में, फोर्थ लेयर में वो मसल्स का ऑरिजिन क्या है, इंसर्शन क्या है, पूरा लिखे तो 10 मार्क्स. लेयर्स लिखना है इधर खाली. इंट्रिंसिक मसल्स ऑफ द सोल बोल के पूछते, खाली लेयर्स लिखना है. लेयर में ये पूरा लिखना है. अपन नर्व सप्लाई वो पूरा अपन नर्व लेके आता ना जब आता. आर यू गेटिंग? यस. सो muscles completed.
Yes, sir.
So lower limb का all muscles complete हो गए. Next nerves लेके आते. समझ में आया ना? Nerves, sciatic nerve, optic nerve, femoral nerve. ये 3 nerves next class में बोलते हैं. Are you getting?
Yes.
Okay. Continue. No. बस है. आज खत्म कर देंगे. कल देखेंगे. ओके राइट. नहीं हो रहा. हाँ चलो दूसरा टॉपिक ले लो. Write down the popliteal fossa. Popliteal fossa. छोटे छोटे टॉपिक्स है. आप 10 मिनट में 5 मिनट में खत्म. ओके. Popliteal fossa. It is a diamond shaped depressed area. It is a diamond shaped depressed area present posterior to the knee joint. Present posterior to the knee joint. Boundaries of the popliteal fossa. Boundaries of the popliteal fossa. See here, superomedial boundary, superolateral boundary, inferiomedial boundary, inferolateral boundary. So first, superomedial boundary. Superomedial boundary formed by the superomedial boundary is formed by the semimembranosus and semitendinosus. Semimembranosus and semitendinosus. Are you getting? Semimembranosus and semitendinosus कहाँ पे है? Superomedially. Next, superolaterally biceps femoris. Superolaterally बाइसेप्स फेमोरिस, बस इतना ही लिखो। लॉन्ग हेड शॉर्ट हेड बोल के लिखो तो कंफ्यूजन में आता। क्यों बोले तो टू अपोजिट टू, वन अपोजिट वन, ऐसा याद रखना। अभी यहाँ पे टू लिखे तो फिर एग्जाम में गलती होती। वन अपोजिट वन, टू अपोजिट टू, ऐसा ऐसा कैलकुलेट लेना अपन। ओके, हाँ नेक्स्ट। इंफिरोमीडियली, इंफिरोमीडियली medial head of the gastrocnemius, infiromedial boundary, infiromedially medial head of the gastrocnemius. Are you getting? Next, infirolaterally, infirolaterally plantaris muscle, plantaris and lateral head of the gastrocnemius, plantaris and lateral head of the gastrocnemius muscle. Next, roof is formed by the roof. Roof is formed by the skin, superficial fascia, deep fascia. Skin, superficial fascia, and deep fascia. Next, floor is formed by the floor. Floor is formed by the capsule of the knee joint, capsule of the knee joint. Next, oblique popliteal ligament, oblique popliteal ligament, and part of popliteus, part of popliteus muscle, and lower end of the femur, lower end of the femur, and upper end of the tibia, lower end of the femur, upper end of the tibia. Are you getting? Okay, next come to the contents. Contents देखो, above to downwards, contents above to downwards, above to downwards. First above medial to laterally, above medial to laterally. Popliteal artery number 1, popliteal artery. Number 2, popliteal vein. Number 2, popliteal vein. Tibial nerve and common peroneal nerve. Tibial nerve and common peroneal nerve. అంటే AVN, medial to laterally artery vein nerve. Okay, next, in the center part of the popliteal fossa, center part, in the center part of the popliteal fossa, anterior to posteriorly, anterior to anterior बोले तो इधर knee joint के पास, anterior to posterior like this, 1 2 3, anterior to posteriorly. First one, popliteal artery. Second one, popliteal vein. Third one, nerve, tibial nerve. Are you getting? Next, below relation, say medial to laterally. First यहाँ पे देखो क्रॉस हो गए नर्व, यहाँ पे किधर है, लैटरल साइड में है, यहाँ पे पीछे है, यहाँ पे मीडियल को है, मीडियल टू लैटरली. फर्स्ट नर्व, टिबियल नर्व. नेक्स्ट वेन, कौन सा वेन है? पॉप्लिटियल वेन। नेक्स्ट आर्टरी, कौन सा आर्टरी है? पॉप्लिटियल आर्टरी। नेक्स्ट genicular arteries contains genicular arteries, genicular condition ఎక్కడన్నా ఇవన్నీ genicular, see here genicular అంటారు. genicular arteries contain genicular arteries ఇద్దరైతే 4 అయితే genicular arteries 4, superomedial genicular, infiromedial genicular, superolateral genicular, then inferolateral genicular. 4 arteries लिखना है. superomedial genicular, okay, infiromedial genicular, superolateral genicular, inferior lateral genicular, okay, ఇవన్నట్టు 1 2 3 4, okay. and genicular branches అంటే जॉइंट నుంచి नर्व रहते हैं ना, नर्व से जेनिकुलर ब्रांचेस आते हैं. अगर वो नहीं लिखे तो भी चलता, ओके. जेनिकुलर आर्टरीज तो पक्का लिखते हैं. आर यू गेटिंग? सो दीस आर द बाउंड्रीज ऑफ द पॉप्लिटियल फोसा. 4 मार्क्स क्वेश्चन. इट इज अ 4 मार्क्स. ये डायग्राम डालना है. पहले बाउंड्रीज का ये डालना है, बाउंड्रीज के बाद से ये डालना है पहले, तो बाद में फ्लोर का ये डालना है, कंटेंट में ये डालना है. 3 डायग्राम डालना है. अगर मैं बोल रहे ना, अगर 10 मार्क्स का आए तो 3 डालना है. अगर 4 मार्क्स का आया खाली ये पूरा बाउंड्री ये लेना है, इसके अंदर 3 कंटेंट्स लगा के छोड़ देना. इधर से मीडियल टू लैटरल साइड, यहाँ से यहाँ तक, यहाँ से ऐसा क्रॉस, समझ में आया ना? क्रॉस यहाँ से यहाँ तक, यहाँ से यहाँ तक, यहाँ से यहाँ तक, वो ऑटोमेटिकली सेट हो जाता है. ओके. फर्स्ट आर्टरी वेन नर्व, उसके बाद में आर्टरी वेन नर्व, उसके बाद में नर्व वेन आर्टरी, ऐसा आ जाता है क्रॉस में. ओके. नेक्स्ट come to the femoral triangle boundaries. Femoral triangle. Femoral triangle is sometimes they ask 10 marks. So femoral now femoral triangle 10 marks में पूछते हैं. वहाँ पे कुछ भी नहीं रहता मगर 10 marks दे दो. डीप लिखना है. 10 मार्क्स बोले तो एक एक आर्टरी का ब्रांचेस भी लिखना है जब 10 मार्क्स मिलते हैं. और 4 मार्क्स में पूछा खाली बाउंड्रीज लिखना है, रूफ कंटेंट्स लिख के छोड़ देना, पूरा हर एक ब्रांच को डिस्क्राइब नहीं करना. आर यू गेटिंग? हाँ. femoral triangle it is a triangular area present beneath the inguinal ligament, present beneath the inguinal ligament. So femoral triangle consists of apex, base, roof, floor, infiromedial boundary and inferolateral boundary. बुक्स में डायरेक्ट मीडियल बाउंड्री लैटरल बाउंड्री बोल के देते हैं, मगर वो पॉइंट मेरे को पसंद नहीं है. क्यों बोले तो मीडियल बोले तो ऐसा जाते हैं, लैटरल बोले तो ऐसा जाते हैं, वो मीट नहीं होते. इंफीरोमीडियल इंफीरोलैटरल बोले तो जब मीट होते. उसके बाद से ऐसे लिखना है, कोई भी कुछ भी समझ ले दो. इंफीरोमीडियल इंफीरोलैटरल ऐसा ऊपर चले गए बोलो, सुपीरियर मीडियल सुपीरियर लैट, ऐसा स्ट्रेट गया मीडियल लैट, है ना। बुक्स में सारे बुक्स में रॉन्गिश देते हो, वो पसंद नहीं आता। ओके, सो इंफीरियर मीडियल बाउंड्री इंफीरियर लैट, सर आपको पसंद नहीं आता मैं मार्क्स देते क्या? अगर सही एनाटॉमी स्टाइल मार्क्स देना ही पड़ता, अगर वो सही नहीं है हाँ ఆల్రెడీ పబ్లిషర్స్ ఉన్నారు, రిక్వెస్ట్ చేస్తున్నారు టైం లేదు టైం ఎవరు ఈ ఉంది కదా विश्राम सिंह पब्लिशर इल्जीरियस, बहुत बार पूछा उन्हें सर प्लीज सर आप लिखो सब फिजियोथेरेपी को और नर्सिंग लोगों को, उन लोगों को आप टीच करते हैं ना, कितना वास होता है उतना लिखो बोला, ऐसा ऐसा आचार्य एनाटॉमी बोल के लगा మనకంటే చాలా बहुत बड़े लोग हैं सेकंड हो जाती है आपकी सेकंड पोजीशन पे आया था आपकी के तो सर का